I was not planning on going live today, like at all, but I got the opportunity to do something, and because I'm doing it right now, I thought why not? So I'm doing something with this. So this is called breadfruit, roasted one. All right. So I just want to kind of show you something. So these were, I think, roasted about 3 days ago or 2 days ago. I wasn't one who roasted them, but when they roasted, they weren't roasted properly, and like a lot of it is still kind of wet inside. When you roast breadfruit, it's supposed to be slightly wet, but not this wet, because this can cause what actually happened to this breadfruit. So if you notice, I had to cut a lot of it out, and the part that I saved is here. So I'm gonna have to like check them because they roasted four, and one of them, like half of it, I had to like cut because it's sweating inside, and there's like mold forming. Hold on, this one doesn't have any mold. I guess this one was kind of done a bit better, but sorry if I know this wasn't a scheduled live, but since you have the opportunity, all right. So all right. So this one was right here. Look at this. That's mold growing because the inside is wet. So because of how gravity works, the water on the inside is moving downward, right? And eventually it settles, and it's still sweating on the inside at the same time. So this is mold now. So when I'm cutting it, I have to look at it properly and see if I can salvage the parts that aren't, gone bad. Because right now I'm smelling it, and you can smell the mold on it, or the fungus. Right, look at this one. Look at that. So you see? So it's set down like that. So, and it's growing there. So if you're ever gonna roast breadfruit, so usually it's roasted on a, but recommend you do is give it enough time so that it kind of can dry out properly. I might do a tutorial on how to roast one day. So you can either roast it on a wood fire, or you can roast it on a stove top if you want to. On like the burner, you can roast it that way. But you need to be careful, because if you don't roast it properly, you'll end up with stuff like this and like that. Alright? So you need to be careful, because that can if somebody prepared this and they don't know about this, it can cause you to get some intestinal pain. So you need to be careful with it. So as I say, I had to just like cut out the best I could and try to get the best parts sorted out. But man. So I'm gonna try and cut another one and see how much of it we can salvage, because this mold thing is not good. Alright, I'll say this one is alright. Alright, let me see if I can set you up without it falling over. Alright, well, move the camera. Alright, so here you're seeing the face. Alright, so I'm in Montego Bay, Jamaica now. So we're still trying to get the best quality ones sorted out. At least salvage as much of it as possible. So, using a knife that's relatively sharp. So once it's roasted, you just take your time and try to not cut yourself, because you don't want to get, with this, your hand cut. Alright? So, alright. So, hi for you guys that are just joining. Alright, what I'm doing now, I'm just cutting up some breadfruit. Some of it is kind of spoiled because it wasn't roasted properly. So, I'm just trying to go through and cut it up. So, let's see what this one has. So you try to position the knife first properly, and then you slice as cleanly as possible, so you can get like a good cross section in a sense. So I'm gonna show you the middle. All right, look at this. That's the middle. And see, this one is well wet as well, because you can see some amount of this right here. You see this? So the thing about this now, all of this wetness should not be there when you roast it properly. So I guess what happened was the fire was too high, and it it worked against it. So it almost reminds me of how they say that the earth is structured. So the wet middle is still wet, right? And we still have the outer parts here that are relatively dry, but still kind of molten, and then the outer crust. But I'm still gonna have to try cut it up and see how much of it we can save. But all right, let's see. Yep, in Jamaica we have dogs just walk around. I don't know if you see that one a while ago. But alright. So this is what the inside looks like. I say it should be a little bit drier, but you're gonna have to try and salvage it. And you can smell the parts of it that have like gone bad or like are going bad. So you have to kind of find those parts and kind of cut around it to save as much of it as possible. Sorry if this isn't the exciting stream that you'd want to normally see, but I thought it was important because if you ever come to Jamaica or you're Jamaican and you're doing breadfruit and you want to, like, if you say bring it overseas when you're going back, just try to make sure it's somebody that understands how to do it properly, because you can have the rotting like I'm seeing right here, right? So as best as you can, just try to cut it. You're trying to cut it now, but you're not going too deep, because I'm trying to do two things at once. I'm trying to save as much of the flesh as possible that can be used, and also remove as much as possible, if not all of the bad parts. So, all right. So this one now. So this is half, right? So I'm gonna have to still cut out all of the middle right here. As I say, it should be a lot drier, but maybe the person that did it was in a rush still. So the smell that it has right now, the parts that are going bad is kind of like sourish. So I really don't want that in my system. All right. So right now, all right, this part is soft. In my hand right now, it's like extra soft. It shouldn't be soft. So look at the inside now after I cleared it out. So I'm still going to clear out here. So when I clear here now, I'm gonna have to do basically a smell test and try to clear as much of the bad part as possible without damaging it. And then after that, I'm sure that most of it is good, I'm gonna slice it up and then put it down. So all right, so I just cut out most of the bad part. That's all right, still kind of have that kind of bad smell up here, so just remove that. All right, still a little bit. So you see, it's a lot. I just have to try to salvage it. All right, and now, all right, that's better. Now the middle. All right. If you want me to do like a video showing you how to roast breadfruit properly, you can let me know. Like I said, the two ways to do it now. You can either roast it like with on the wood fire, coal fire, or you can roast it on the stove. Yeah, this piece is pretty much okay. It's kind of black now because of my hand. My hand is, I don't know if you can see it properly. The sun is kind of gone down now, but this is how my hand looks because of how the outside is, right? But you see this? If you ever see this start to happen, you just try to either cut around it like you see me doing, or you try and find another way. Or what I recommend you do is the same day you roast it, you just try as best as possible to just get it and use it that same day. So you can kind of at least it will be fresh that day, right? But because this one was left like 3 days, it's a really rough surgery. Oh, let me show you. All right, so I did one already. Hold on. I did one already, and I'm still gonna have to like do some more cuts on it, but at least for the most part, it's pretty much all right now because all of the parts that were sweating and smell bad, I kind of removed most of those. So I'm gonna still have to do like a final test. You have dogs running around, wanting to sample, I guess. But for now, they're kind of keeping their distance. They're kind of wary. But all right, let's continue. All right, maybe I should put something in the chat saying. All right. How do I? All right. Should I start a poll asking how much of this you think I can salvage? This one I can still smell it. All right, let me. All right. So like, all right. So like after I get it down to this size now, you have to still kind of cut. It hurts my heart to be wasting this much breadfruit still, but I'm gonna have to just do what I can. All right. Oh, so there are a couple ways you can eat this. For those who aren't from Jamaica and haven't, there are a couple places that this exists in the world, but if you haven't had breadfruit before, you can actually make it into a juice. That's one way. You just make it ripe to a point, and then you just have it as a juice that way. Well, all right. Let me just be clear. So when it ripens, you just kind of strip off the skin, and then you'd have the meaty fleshy part like this, but it will smell sweet. It's almost like a pungent sweetness flavor it would have. And then you kind of squeeze it because it will be like really soft and easy to like manage. So you just squeeze it, and then you get the juice out, and then you can use your favorite milk or in Jamaica, what you typically use is like you can use Lasco, so your favorite type of Lasco. You can use your vanilla, your creamy malt Lasco, or if you have a milk substitute like so almond milk or something, you can do that. I know this is a roasted breadfruit here, but I can like give you some tips otherwise. I know, fun fact, I actually I created a book of juices back in 2020 when everybody was locked down and thing. And this was one of the juices actually put in it, how to make breadfruit juice. But that's neither here nor there. All right, let's try to save this as quickly as possible because it's because it's close to Christmas now. The hours are kind of losing sunlight faster than usual, so I have to try to. All right, this one isn't so bad. So, all right, there's another cleaving. And then now what I'm gonna do is just cut. Sorry if this is a boring stream, but I don't. I just wanted to kind of show you guys, that if you are in Jamaica or you're trying to do breadfruit for the first time, if you're gonna fry it, if you're gonna roast it, and then you're gonna preserve it, what I recommend you do is you roast it, let it sit and cool. Then that same day, it would probably take like, let's say 2 to 3 hours to cool properly. And then you just take your time, you peel it, you get your knife and you can just secure like an area. Then you take your time and peel it. And then from there now you just do a little thing. Alright, this one is this is the other half. Alright?
Hey, so it's a fish.
Where's the slippers there? That's my wife's nephew, or I guess my nephew by in-law, I guess. Alright, alright, so still kind of trying to save it. Alright, so I'm cutting this up. This is what we call the heart of the breadfruit. We call the middle part the heart. So because it was sitting so long, the heart has started to infect the rest because it wasn't fried properly. It wasn't roasted properly. Oh, so the way you can like prepare it besides making it into a juice, you can also after you roast it, you cut it up and then you can just eat it just like that. Roast it, you cut it, you cut off the outer part, then you cut it up inside. So it would get down to something like this, maybe a bit thicker than this, because it's because I'm trying to save it now. But it would look something like this, right? And then all you do from there now, you can either fry it, you get your cooking oil of choice, and then you heat it up, and then you fry it, or you just eat it. You can eat it same like this after it's roasted. So it's a really filling food. It's really nice. It's I've even seen people like use it as a substitute for fries sometime. It's it's a really nice food to use when you have it. So if you ever come to Jamaica, tell them you want to try breadfruit. And if you get to the vendor, tell them you want one that's roasted that day. All right. Or if you get the ones that aren't roasted it and you want to try to roast it yourself, just try to roast it. Take your time. Don't get the flame up too high. Just you want to try to roast it so that the heat can reach the middle and dry it out too. All right. So you're gonna roast it in the ball form. You're not gonna cut it and then roast it. You can do that too, but I recommend that you cut it. Sorry, not cut it. I recommend that you leave it in the ball form. You put it on the fire, and then once like one side is kind of prepared properly, you just like turn it on the fire. Then once that part is kind of prepared too, you turn it again. Then you keep turning it until you get it properly done. All right. And once it's properly done, now you put it on, let it cool. There's a way to like test it if it's ready to be taken off. You use a knife and you stab it. So hold on. So you use a knife and you stab a part of it. And if once you stab it, you see like wet marks, that means it's not fully ready to come off. But if you see it's dry, then you can leave it. I say give it like 10 more minutes. Just try to go around and around with it on the fire, and then you take it off and put it on it cool, and you prepare it in your way that you would like it to be prepared. All right. So hi to the new viewers. So I'm doing breadfruit surgery right now, trying to save it or salvage it. I know this is very different from content that I have on the channel, but I said, why not? I've done so many different kinds of content. Why not add some breadfruit stuff to it? Well, I have done breadfruit stuff before, but not in this form. Because I've done like short form videos about breadfruit's ability to cause concussions and stuff. Like if it falls on your head while it's in the tree, if you're walking under the breadfruit tree, it can cause a concussion if it falls on your head, because it's a very hard fruit. All right. I can show you the tree too, you want to see the tree? The breadfruit tree? What it looks like? You remember? Let me just try to get this cleared off first. I don't know if I should try to make live streams like a weekly thing, or I don't know, maybe I have to like pick a time and all that, and then I have to pick a topic. Because if you go to my library, like live streams, I've done some in Manchester. That's like the middle part of Jamaica, where we're doing like mining and stuff. So like there used to be like a lot of fruit trees and stuff, but all of that land has been, well, some of that land, or the portions that used to host a lot of trees, are kind of just gone and mined out now. I've done a live stream on watching was it Brad Pitt. I'm trying to learn pattern from Brad Pitt. But I had to like cut it short because there is a thing with YouTube with using certain kind of content. So it got not officially flagged, but YouTube was showing me signs that it could have gotten flagged. So I decided to end the stream. But that's just how it goes. Still working on some new type of content for the Christmas season. Some more, maybe some slight comedy mix content. and some other stuff. All right. All right, so this one isn't as bad. All right, so just cutting it out as much as possible at the part that may cause belly aches and pain and all manner of evil, because I don't even know what the bacteria is that's inside of this that causes the. Well, it would typically be the same bacteria because it's ripe still, but I don't want to. I'm not gonna chance it. All right, so I don't know if you can see it, but this part is really, really wet. All right, really, really wet. But let's just try to get out as much as possible. Like even in slicing it, I can see the water like gathering up. Sadly, my camera isn't good enough to really show that much of it still. When I find that you can do like a multi-platform stream, so like do something on Facebook and also on TikTok, maybe Instagram too. But I don't think I have interesting enough topics to do a live stream yet. Maybe I just do something simple. Who knows? But I would say that so far the surgery is not going too badly. Still trying to find the. All right. So don't worry, guys. This is for personal use. So if you're gonna be preparing for somebody else, you can use your gloves and stuff. But you have to kind of be careful because with gloves you have to kind of be sure how you're holding the knife or the thing you're using to cut. So just be careful. Alright, not bad. Alright, I think you can maybe chance it from here. Alright, so I'm gonna cut it up. So you want me to show you the tree after I finish this one? I'll show you the tree. You can see the leaves and what it looks like on the tree. And where I say it can, if it drops on your head while it's young, it can cause a concussion. All right. Give me a minute. All right. So let's cut up. Cut up a little this. Because I think my hands are blacked up and it's gonna be blocking up the phone. But, all right. All right. Come on. Let's go look at the breadfruit tree. Hold on. Alright, so first what I will show you. Alright, see these? This is an old breadfruit tree leaf. So you notice the shape? This is what it typically looks like when it falls, alright? So if you're a person interested in leaves, this is what it looks like. Alright, so you have different varieties of breadfruit tree which produce different varieties of breadfruit. But for the one that I have here, I'm not sure what type it is. Sorry, but alright, so there it is. That's what it looks like in the tree, and this is what the tree leaf looks like. Alright, so alright, so you see it up there. So the thing about it, it's one of the toughest. It's one of the toughest. What do you call it? I don't even like call it a fruit, but that's what they call it. Alright, you see it right here? If this thing falls on your head, what if I can like hit it to hear the sound? Alright, hold on. Made the dog run off. Hold on. Alright. Hey, I don't know if this is gonna give you the right sound, but hold on. Alright, see if I can hear this. Do you know many fruits that sound like that? If I had to describe it like a fruit, it's a lot like alright, it would have the hardness of pineapple, kind of. Can you imagine a pineapple falling on your head? Not fun, right? So that's my little presentation of of a of a tree, of a breadfruit tree. But yeah, that's it. Wow, watch it. All right. All right. Okay, so 25 minutes so far. I think I did one stream that was longer than this. All right, so back again. All right, you see this, you don't want this part on it any at all. So you have to try to cut it off and cut in as much of the clean flesh as possible so as to get out that bad part. And you're gonna have to cut it. All right, let me just try. All right. This one it's kind of sour as well with how it smells, but eesh. All right. All right. So once I have that part out, what I'm gonna do now is cut down the middle and the middle. And if you can see the pink right here. So what I'm gonna do now, I'll try to cut out all of this middle part. So even with touching it, even though my fingers are covered with the top with the what I call it, the coal or the the black part. Oh boy. Alright. And if it's getting to me. Alright. So I'm gonna have to remove this back part now. And then there's so much of it we can save. Alright. So you see the middle part. Just get out that. So I don't know if it's your first breadfruit saving stream, but thanks for keeping me company. If you stopped in for like a second and say, this isn't for me.
How it look, sir?
Fishy.
Top one.
No, that's not good.
Smell.
Fish.
I'm curious.
See,
Fish.
them are
Fishy fish.
good. Some of the cut a little bit.
Fish. Fishy. Water.
Alright, so so removing the outer skin like on the other one. Removing as much of the bad part as possible. Because I don't want any of that in my system. I like to avoid stuff that can cause me irritation. So alright, one side down. I know it looks bad, it's not for alright, look at my hands, right? I'm just trying to get as much of the bad part out as possible. Hmm?
That's the bread of fruit, me I smell. Curious.
Alright. Says they are just right. Alright.
Shut up for making girl and separate if you want it.
No. Some wife said she doesn't want to even try to eat it. I'm at my sister-in-law's house now, so when she comes, she can decide if she wants to eat it. It's okay, don't worry, I cut it, but she doesn't want to chat. But that's the way it goes. Alright, let's cut out as much of the bad part as possible. Oh, you want to see the amount of stuff I cut out? So all this is bad part of cutting. So well, so there's a chance that this surgery meant nothing then, because I'm not gonna be the one to eat it. All right, let me put again. So again, if you're going to be like eating breadfruit, what I recommend, if you're going to do the roasting option that gets you like this, you just try to roast it properly. Roast it to a point where it's like at least dry enough inside. Then you test it with a knife. If you see any wetness on it, that means it's not completely dry. And then all you do, let it cool off. Once it cooled, then you just take a little time, you cut off the skin, you cut it down the middle, then you cut out the heart, the middle part. So even though this has gone mostly bad, see the heart, that's the middle part, there's the heart. So you cut that out, and then you go from there, little by little, take a little time, you cut it. No rushing, because it's because of the texture of it. When using the knife, you don't want to rush it, because it might just slip through, right? So, I have a mosquito problem down here. I'm having a fight with them. But, alright, I think this is enough salvaged, I guess. So I've cut up 3 so far, and the other one, I'm not gonna even bother trying because it feels even like soft on the outside. So I don't know if you can see. Hold on, all right, look at this. You see that's like mold growing or fungus from the sweat of the not being cut properly. All right, so I guess that's the stream. Thanks for watching. Yeah, breadfruit stream number 1. We'll see what we'll stream about next time. All right, that's it. Later. Thanks for watching and stopping by. I don't have a sign off phrase or anything like that. So later. Goodbye.